Moving on, lawyers in the country made good their threat to boycott court proceedings on Wednesday, accusing the judiciary of frustrating accountability and protecting corrupt judicial officers. Speaking in Nairobi, the Law Society of Kenya, LSK President Charles Kanjama vowed that the boycott will continue until the judiciary takes action against judges facing integrity issues. The judiciary has in the meantime downplayed the move, stating that the court proceedings continued in various parts of the country despite the boycott.
There was drama at Milimani Magistrates Court in Nairobi as a group of lawyers led by Law Society of Kenya President Charles Kanjama stormed the court in a bid to stop court proceedings. Earlier, Kanjama and a group of country's top legal minds gathered at Supreme Court buildings in Nairobi on Wednesday morning to heed calls by the Law Society of Kenya for a nationwide boycott of court proceedings.
We are asking every lawyer not to appear in any court that is subject to the targeted court boycott, and that includes the Supreme Court.
We are tired of a corrupt judiciary that refuses to reform itself. In fact, the judiciary is incapable of reforming itself.
We are not fighting judges as such or magistrates as such. What we are fighting is the endemic corruption that has engulfed the judiciary in this country.
The clients will take disciplinary measures against you as an individual because we have been paid by clients.
The lawyers claimed they are frustrated by what they termed as rampant corruption and lack of transparency in the judiciary.
If courts have become masters unto themselves, that they can stop court order, they can use court orders to stop the investigations, they can stop ESCC from digging out the dirt, they can stop the JSC from being able to handle complaints placed before them, then how can we trust in our courts?
But other than that, I've seen in the news today, a magistrate and a probation officer have been arrested for corruption. There is need for further investigation by ESCC in terms of the judges, appellate judges, the Supreme Court, just to make sure that we have integrity back into the judiciary.
In Mombasa, Law Society Chairperson Natasha Ali accused sections of the judiciary of perpetuating inefficiency and poor working relations with the advocates.
So we're discussing issues of corruption, we're discussing issues of non-functioning registries, we're discussing issues of CTS systems not working, the filing system not working, dates for a matter that was filed this year has been given for next year, January.
In Kikuyu, Kiambu County, lawyers led by Chairperson James Kihara and a section of residents supported calls for all judges and magistrates facing integrity issues to step aside and allow for investigations. Similar calls were made in Busia.
Kama uko na makosa, sheria ichukue mkono. Kama hauna, urudi kazi. Lakini hakuna venye wewe kama judge ama magistrate uko na kesi, una kesi za watu wengine na wewe mwenye uko na kesi.
The relationship between the judiciary and the advocates and also the litigants deteriorate sana. So we are saying ya kwamba judiciary has to wake up.
A confrontation unfolded at the Nakuru Law Courts after members of the Law Society of Kenya Nakuru chapter disrupted court proceedings that continued despite lawyers' national boycott over alleged judicial misconduct.
The judiciary right now, as it stands, there is a clear lack of competence, and there are systematic inefficiencies to how the judiciary is conducting itself.
Meanwhile, the judiciary maintained that court operations remained uninterrupted in Eldoret, Kisii, Busia, Mombasa, Nakuru, Nyeri, Meru, Nairobi, and the Court of Appeal. The judiciary says it's committed to upholding the rule of law. This as the Kenya Judges Welfare Association has called on the Law Society of Kenya to immediately suspend its targeted boycott of court proceedings, warning that the action risks denying thousands of Kenyans access to justice while undermining confidence in the judiciary. Joseph Wahungu for Prime Edition.